I'm thinking these thoughts anyway, so I might as well share. All the physicists, all the atheists, all the scientists, all the religious folks, all the spiritual types say that once upon a time, everything came into being in a moment. That there was a nothing and then there was a something. And regardless of your story, regardless of your mythology, regardless of what you perceive to be the correct story, everything points to that God and or creator exists outside time and space. That's what Genesis talks about. That's what 1 John talks about. I'm not trying to preach at you. I'm just trying to take what I learned as a child and synthesize it into a more honest awareness. The nothing gave way to the something. And everything that we know about measurement and observation suggests the nothing became something in an instant. And that the something was something vibrated into being. And it looks like sound. And if that idea of in the beginning was the word is somehow mythologically correct, in the beginning was the word. In the beginning there was a nothing and it gave way to the something. And the best of our super intelligent physicists, cosmologists, even the spiritual types say that it was sort of spoken into being. There was a voice. There was a vibration. It looks like sound waves vibrating at very high frequencies, and out of the nothingness came the somethingness. And things come into being and things go out of being. And it all happens in the now. And time is a bit of an illusion. Everything comes into being and goes out of being in the now. Even, I think it's David Green talks about how all of time and space is happening at the same time. The past, present, future is all happening at the same time. We're experiencing different slices of time. I don't know enough. I'm not smart enough to get too lost in that. Really does make sense though when you start to let go of dogma, let go of fear, let go of internalizing the demands of the culture around you, that you have to think a certain way, you have to use certain language, you ought to think, feel, and behave a certain way, or else. That kind of or else thinking to me doesn't come from love, doesn't come from a omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent force or being or essence. So I don't want to be guided by someone else's or else. I don't want to be guided by fear. It doesn't feel right. And I notice that surrendering fear, surrendering anger, surrendering ideas, surrendering thoughts results in an allowing of love, an allowing of joy, an allowing of all of this. It's a surrender thing. It is a surrender thing. And every time I start wrapping ideas around things, every time I start wrapping what I think the world ought to be around things, when I start wrapping my demands around other people, when I start wrapping my demands around myself, it never turns out well. I'm always brought to my knees over and over and over and over and over again. So, letting go, surrender, meditation, prayer, practice is this beautiful dance of trust, of surrender, of allowing, of getting out of our own way. We have to lay back and let it happen, and in stillness lies truth and power.